Are you trying to figure out how the hell you're going to navigate all of the food that's about to be presented to you this holiday season? If so, welcome to the Mindset Mirror Connection podcast. In today's episode, I'm going to discuss 8 tips for guilt-free feasting this holiday season. You learned all the holiday habits last episode. This is the one you will want to grab a piece of paper and pen for because I'm about to blow your mind with all of these tips and tricks. So if you're ready, listen up and lean in as I elevate your mind. I keep forgetting that it's not we, it's I, Coach Christina Hathaway here. I am solo recording as Coach Amanda is having her baby. Yay, yay, yay. Very exciting. And so today we are going to go through 8 tips for guilt-free feasting. This is everything that I have put together. Y'all know I like a catchy phrase. I like something with a jingle. I want to make it so dumb that you remember it. So you're going to learn all of the tips that I have and or have learned through other coaches I've worked with or other programs I've seen, whatever. And everything that I've learned along the way in my career as an eating disorder therapist. So for those of you who want to jump right to that, check out the show notes below. But don't forget, guys, give us a follow on iTunes or Spotify, or subscribe to our channel on YouTube as well. We love, love, love 5-star ratings and reviews, as that tells all of the people, the socials, that y'all like us. So please, 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 if you can, give us a review, even just a 5-star. You don't even have to write anything. So for me, I did not get any sleep last night, and I am so tired. I got a 47 score on my freaking Aura ring, and I am like, you know that feeling? My eyes are so heavy right now. I definitely want to take a nap, but I want to get to sleep early tonight. So that is my plan. I did not work out today. And let me tell you guys, I went on my walk today, same walk I do every day. I felt like I was walking up Mount Everest because I was so tired. And the reason I got the walk is you're probably like, Christina, you should have rested, which is what I teach you guys. I needed to get some sunshine so my circadian rhythms would be on because I woke up at 2 a.m. when it was still dark out. So I needed to get some sunshine on my face. So I just decided to walk and listen to some podcasts and just do my thing. So it was rough. It was rough. But I'm just going to record the episodes for today, check in with my clients, and then rest. I had all the plans to go to the gym, the actual gym, like the brick and mortar gym. Just because I get into these bouts of I have a beautiful gym at my house, but sometimes I just want to use a hack squat machine. I've been doing hat squats on the wall. Y'all, what is going on with my hair here? Hack squats on the wall. I think I mentioned this before. You put a foam roller on your back and hold the dumbbells to your side. So you're angled up against the wall and you're rolling up and down on that foam roller with those dumbbells. Holy quads. That shit hurts. But it can be kind of cumbersome to set up, especially as you get higher in the weights. So I would all intentions. Maybe that's God's way of being like, girl, you don't need to go to the gym. You can work out at home and get some sleep. Because then I was apparently thinking about it all night. My heart rate's been up too. And so my chilly sleep, I've been putting on warm. Whereas before I'd get into a bed that was cold and then I'd wake up to warmth, which is exactly what you want. You want your heart rate to kind of come up. And because it's cold, I've been setting it warmer and my body temperature was higher. So then my heart rate was higher, trying to cool my body down. So now my heart rate has been in the 60s when normally it's like 52. And y'all know my heart rate is like my baby. I want it to be low. I want to be that weirdo who has, the beeping going off at the hospital because I have this amazing heart rate. But it's goals, right? It's at 63 and my temperature was up 0.9 degrees. So who knows what's going on? But just a reminder that anything under like 6.5, 7 hours, I would say for my clients, 7 hours of sleep, just chill the fuck out. Just chill out. Do some light movement, walk, get some sunshine. What I'm trying to do is just be so tired that by 7 p.m., your girl's out because I eat dinner at 6:30. I am officially a golden girl. Blanche, or I'm sorry, Sophia, not Sophia, Rose. Was Rose the like sassy one? Or was Blanche, Sophia, Rose, Blanche? Blanche. Blanche was the sassy one. She was 41 when that show, like her character was 41. That's my age. 5'6", 41. I'm 5'5". But yeah. So speaking of my height, I posted on Instagram, guess my weight, which is something I do. And I know a lot of you guessed, right? Because you've heard it here. I do that. Obviously, a lot of the listeners here understand that we think differently. But I get a lot of people, even my own clients, who really forgot over numbers, right? And for me, being 150 pounds and having the physique that I do, meaning like I'm pretty low body fat. I'm not the lowest I've ever been, nor do I ever want to be that low because it was hell to get there. This takes time, right? It takes time where you can be in the higher weight range, 150 pounds and 5'5". That's considered like overweight on a BMI scale, and have visible abs. Now I don't have a full six pack, but I have what I have, right? I have definition in my arms. I have definition in my legs. I have definition in my core. And I weigh 150 pounds. And that's because I've gone through the cycles of maintaining, gaining, cutting, maintaining, gaining, cutting, and I don't cut all the time. I haven't been in a true deficit since January through, what was it? March, I want to say March or April. And even during that time, I had a bunch of events because it was my best friend's birthday wedding. So I just want to reiterate that I do that sometimes on my Instagram where I'm standing there naked. I'm going to do a reel on it. I'm not naked, but you know what I mean? It's not really my style to be like, hey, look at me. But I think the message is really important. So thank you to everyone who answered and for letting me know you're listening. Alana says, well, hey, at least you know we're listening. I was like, good point. So good. All right. So today I am going to, this is an extension really of the Holiday Habits podcast, which was our last episode. If you did not get a chance to listen to that, please listen to it. You can listen to either one, but I really wanted to have my own episode on these tips that I teach people because they can make this time of the year so much more enjoyable, where the foods that you love become foods that are satisfying. What does that mean? When we scarf foods down, it's not satisfying. We think that it's satisfying, and we'll get more and more because we're trying to fill that satiety cup in our minds. When we can do the things I'm going to tell you to do, some of these things are things that maybe you guys have already learned from me, the podcast, Coach Amanda. But always repeat is best, because I know I'll tell a client, hey, have you tried that thing we did a couple weeks ago? She's like, oh, I forgot about that. See? So you got to hear it 10,000 times. So this is going to make one slice of pumpkin pie so freaking satisfying. Or whatever Trader Joe's such and such that you are going to Trader Joe's to go get. It's going to make it. Actually, speaking of that, I need to go get. They have those dark chocolate. My mouth is watering. Dark chocolate caramel sea salt thingies. They're so good, and the macros on them are great. And I just let one of those babies just melt in my mouth. It's wonderful, and it's satisfying, right? Again, your taste buds are in your mouth. And I know I say that, but I really want you to think about what I'm saying. Your taste buds are in your mouth. But what do? Chop, 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 swallow. Chop, 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 swallow. There's no connection to like, what is my taste buds feeling? What is it tasting right now? And so we're going to talk about that. Now, these strategies are options that work on an individual basis so that our clients can stay within their nutrition goals. Now, I'm going to tell you 8 of them. That doesn't mean you're going to use all 8 of them, right? They allow you to, as I said, indulge on foods, and they may be foods that are more calorie dense, or they're going to be luxury items, if you will, and it's going to help you maintain moderation. That whole concept of everything in moderation is a true thing. As a therapist who specializes in codependency, moderation is one of the things that in childhood trauma, neglect, childhood shame, whatever we didn't receive in childhood, moderation can be one of the things that gets out of whack in our life. Now, could it be food moderation? Yes. Could be emotional moderation. It could be sexual moderation. It could be alcohol moderation. It could be a lot of things. So, moderation is very, very important because so many people really struggle with this idea that they can have these types of foods, feel satisfied with smaller portions of them. And that is what moderation is, right? And so this is a really important concept to think about. They also support a less restrictive mindset around these foods and give you an opportunity to create a new relationship with these foods, create more consistency and sustainability with having these foods in your diet, right? It's taking away this idea of good versus bad. It's saying, I can have this, it's satisfying, I feel in control when I eat it. And it takes away that scarcity, especially with some of these foods that aren't around all year long. Now, I still disagree with that. I think that you could probably get anything that's holiday specific online somewhere, but we're just going to pretend that you can't. Okay. The scarcity mindset is I'm not going to get this until next season. So I need to eat all of it. Right. Or I like one of the things I love during the holidays is when people make bomb ass baked mac and cheese. If you have and I'm talking like, your mac and cheese is better than everyone else's. I don't want it if 50 people haven't told you it's the best mac and cheese. But if you do have that, my ex-boyfriend in high school's mom made the best mac and cheese. And literally to this day, I'm like, when is your mom going to give me her recipe? She used to make me sheets of it and I would literally eat it all. Not the whole sheet at once. I ate it in moderation. So if you have a bomb baked mac and cheese, send it your girl's way. I would love that. I'm unfortunately not going to be able to spend Thanksgiving with my family because my dad is going through treatment. So he just doesn't want people there. Totally cool. So I'm going to go spend it with some friends. Hopefully they have baked mac and cheese. Anyway, I don't know what I was talking about there. This is why Amanda needs to keep me online. We want to identify these skills so that you feel physically, emotionally, and mentally well with these particular foods and your relationship with your body and food. So here we go. The first technique or first tip for guilt-free feasting is the triple A. Ask, assess, and act. The AAA is something that I just made up out of nowhere. I think of AAA when you have a flat tire, they're going to come and save you. This is going to save you specifically around large spreads. So Thanksgiving dinner, Super Bowl party, Christmas dinner, right? You get it. So the AAA says ask. Well, we want to ask ourselves, like, how do I want to feel after this meal? Physically, mentally, and emotionally. Set an intention for yourself. Then I want you to assess, right? So with ask, we want to set the intention. How do I want to feel? And then ask yourself what you need to do in an effort to achieve that. Okay. So I need to, follow my portions guide. I need to listen to my body. Just a little like pep talk for yourself in the ask phase. We are asking how we want to feel. We're setting that intention and we're asking how and what we need to do. What skills will we have set for ourselves just to plan ahead? Assess is we're going to walk around and look at everything being served. You are going to figure out the following 3 things: your proteins, your colors, your love foods. Your proteins, pretty easy. Turkey, ham, right? Your colors could be green beans, even though they're probably mixed with like bacon and all stuff. It could be corn. It could be sweet potatoes. It could be something else. So what are your colors? Then our love foods. What are foods you love? Baked mac and cheese would be mine. Mashed potatoes with gravy would be mine. A dinner roll, that's not my love food. That's like a like food. But I'm going to get those other two things. Oh, and at my parents' house, the cheese enchiladas and the green chili enchiladas are also one of my love foods. My family actually used to do, or still does, but we're not doing it this year, Thanksgiving breakfast, because all of us have partners and we always had to go to the partners' homes, even though my partner's family lives in another state. We don't do that anymore. This started when I had a different relationship. And so we make everything into a breakfast item, but my mom still makes her amazing enchiladas. So I'm not going to get those. Yay. Maybe I'll have her make me some so I can take them to the friend house. So good. Anyway, my stomach's growling. All right. So ask, assess, kind of take your lap, pick your three, and then also assess where you need to plant your butt. Meaning, if you're a grazer, let's not sit next to the food. This has been such a game changer for clients. Like, yeah, I sat away from the food, and guess what? I had conversations away from the food, and guess what? I didn't eat while I'm talking to people. Move your ass away from the food. Assess where you need to sit. Now, for some of you, that's at a dinner table where all the food's in front of you. I get that. Maybe try to sit in front of the thing that you don't like so that you're not grazing, right? So that is your assess. And then act is choosing the greens, choosing the protein, choosing the love foods. Now, with the love foods, our action should be choosing a portion that is smaller, having a bit of each of those foods. And then once you're done, checking in with your body, which we'll talk here in a second. And then if you want to get a little bit more after giving your body some time to catch up with your belly, then, or your brain to catch up with your belly, then we can have a bit more. Okay. So ask, how do I want to feel emotionally, mentally, cognitively? What intention do I want to set for myself? And what skills do I need to practice? And those skills are going to be the rest of the things I talk about here. Assess, what are we serving? Proteins, colors, and love foods. Then we act. We sit ourselves away from the food. We get our protein, our greens, our love foods. We're going to eat the protein and greens first, or colors first, and then our love foods slowly. Give ourselves time to digest. And then if we want a bit more of those love foods, we go ahead and get it. So that's your AAA number one tip for guilt-free feasting. Number two is like it, leave it, love it, eat it. This is where we prioritize only those foods that we absolutely love. That's what I call love foods, right? This is from a good friend of mine, Kelly Bamber, who is a coach, prenatal coach in the UK. She is a good friend of mine, and I just love the ease of this statement. Like I just said, dinner rolls are one of my like foods. Depends on the dinner roll, let's be honest. If it's like one of those pillberries that like pills, remember those? Do they still have those? Those things were bomb. They were like crescent, but not. Now I can't have this conversation today because I am so tired that now I want all these foods. Help. Okay. So, you know what I don't love is I don't love like cranberry dressing. Mark loves cranberry. I don't love stuffing. It's not a love food. However, if it's made with croissants, I might have some. I don't love stuffing. So I'm not going to put that on my plate, right? I love, as we already all figured out, baked mac and cheese, mashed potatoes and gravy. Love some turkey. Give me some turkey. Love some ham. Ham with some applesauce. Love that. If you think I'm weird, you're weird. My greens are usually going to be like green beans. God, you guys, honestly, this is hard for me to talk about. I need to admit something. I don't love holiday dinners. I just don't. It's not my jam. Like I said, I'd rather have like the enchiladas. Anyway, so figure out your love foods. These are foods you love. They make you happy. They make you feel warm and fuzzy inside. Eat those. If you're gnawing on something just to fucking gnaw on it, stop. Say to yourself, I don't even fucking like this, and stop eating it. I know, I'm vulgar. We all know that. I just need to get a point across, right? You know what I'm talking about, gals. you're going to have that like random piece of cheese in your hand after you've just eaten the whole meal. You're going to be like, I do love cheese. Don't get me wrong. But like, I don't, no, put the cheese down. Go walk away. Remember, we should not even be standing around these things. So if you like it, leave it. If you love it, eat it. Love, love, love. I interrupt this episode to bring you the Mindset of Matter Black Friday specials that you will absolutely want to take advantage of. For the first time ever in my program, I'm offering $500 off of the one-to-one Mindset Method program. This is the program that Amanda and I talk about. Whenever we're talking about clients we've done one-to-one coaching with. This includes a weekly call with your coach, access to the Mindset Method curriculum, access to customizable exercise and nutrition coaching based on everything we talk about, and so much more. And for the first time ever, we are offering $500 off with a paid in full purchase. Number 2, we now have a new group coaching program, the Mindset Method Movement. And for the first time, we are offering 1 month free with a 3-month commitment. So for 3 months, you get 4 months instead, or 3 months free with a 12-month commitment. So for the price of 12 months, you get 15 months instead. This includes access to the Mindset Method curriculum and access to 2 group coaching calls with me every single week so that you can process what you're learning. You also get access to the Mindset Method Movement community forum, and we will have the ability to add on customized nutrition and exercise coaching at a discounted rate. So check out the show notes below for the links to any of those programs. And just as a reminder, giving the gift of health and wellness is one of the greatest gifts you can give to someone. So if you think someone could benefit from these amazing programs, please take advantage of this throughout the month of November. Now, back to the show. Number 3 tip for guilt-free feasting is 2-minute timeout or a movement timeout. So one of the things I love to do is take a plate and visually cut it in half. And for the first half, I'm going to try to eat that half slowly. Then when I'm done with the first half, I'm going to check in with my body and set a timer for 2 minutes or whatever that looks like, right? I might just take a little potty break in the middle of my dinner or something like that. And I'm going to let my brain kind of catch up with my belly and see how I'm feeling. Now, I might in my 2 minutes realize like I'm 68% full and I'm trying to get to 80, right? Because I'm not trying to get to that I can't walk place. So maybe that other half of my plate, I only consume a quarter of it and then check in again. This is so easy to do. And nobody said, I'm going to dictate what's on that plate. Now, obviously, you're learning ways to do that, but just do this and you will eat moderately, right? In moderation. The other thing you can do is the movement check-in. So if you are someone who is trying to maintain a calorie deficit during the holiday season, you'll want to eat to a place where you can still get up and do 10 jumping jacks. Do I expect you to do 10 jumping jacks? No, I don't expect you to do that. That would be weird. Please don't do 10 jumping jacks and be like, well, I listened to this podcast. And your parents are going to be like, or your family's going to be like, who are these psycho girls? I say, blame Coach Amanda. But you know what I mean? Like you should feel light enough, like satisfied, but you could eat probably like 5 to 8 more bites. 5 to 8 more bites is a lot, right? So that's if you're in a calorie deficit. And again, I know this is a reminder, a little refresher for everyone. If you are eating at maintenance, we're going to eat where we cannot do 10 jumping jacks, but we can get up and walk, right? We don't feel so stuffed that we have to sit there. So that is maintenance. We can get up and walk, but we took those extra 3 to 5 bites from our jumping jack days, right? Then if we're in a surplus, we're just chilling. We took the 5 to 8 from our jumping jack days, and now we are stuffed. What was I doing this weekend? I ate. So I intentionally overate last night. There's a place here called US Egg, and they have these skillets and these protein, you guys are gonna be like, oh, that's what you overate. Protein pancakes, but they have blueberries in them and oats and like flax. They're so good. So Mark and I got our own skillet, and I get the chicken, bacon, avocado, hash brown skillet with egg whites. So super high protein, super high protein. And then I ask for like light cheese on it because they tend to go overboard. I ate half for breakfast. Then for lunch, just had a sandwich. And then, and the protein pancake was kind of cold. So I didn't eat very much in the morning of it. And so I had the other half for dinner last night. And I overate that meal. But what I didn't do was have my normal creamy just because I was full. Right. And so that would have been, I probably ate between that maintenance and surplus phase last night. Not quite surplus because I still got up and did the dishes to move around, which is what I do after every dinner, but close enough. So that is the movement tip that you can use. Number 4 is setting a timer with your binge foods. Now, if you have not heard me say this before, your experience with eating foods that are indulgent and luxurious and wonderful should be like sex. Now, with someone that you like to have sex with, because it should be very mindful. It should be, all of your senses should be involved. You should not be distracted. You should not be planning your, next day. You should be in the moment and mindful and aware, and it should not be rushed, right? Some women listening should be like, no, I'm okay with that. You know what I'm talking about. So setting a timer with your binge foods or your indulgent foods is going to say, let's make this food last as long as we possibly can. So for my dark chocolate, sea salt caramels from Trader Joe's, I allow myself to have one of those bad boys. They only come in packs of 4, which is nice. I'll have one per day. And I do not allow my teeth to chew into that bad boy. I will literally suck on that thing. I will suck all of the chocolate off. I want to feel the fats of that chocolate in my mouth. I want to feel the caramel once I get to it, the sea salt. Like the whole experience probably lasts me like 3 minutes with this one little piece of candy, right? So then let's think about a pumpkin pie. Like being able to take a bite and like allow that bite to sit in your mouth. Allow your sense, like your tongue, to feel the different textures, the different tastes, because think about the pumpkin pies, there are different components to it. We're setting the timer, so we extend the experience, but we're extending the experience by slowing everything down and being mindful and being present and not rushing it. So make that meal that you love last as long as possible with asterisk, with it not getting, like if it's a warm meal, with it not getting cold, right? Because then it's just like my protein pancake. It was cold. It's not a good shout out to US Egg. They're wonderful. They're wonderful humans. They're so nice. Shout out to US Egg. We love you. Thank you for the healthy options. So set a timer, make that thing last as long as you can while it's still edible and pleasurable. For some of you, that's 5 minutes. For some of you, we can extend that to 10. Some of you, like when I'm in a deficit, we have this mac and cheese that I make. Apparently, this show is sponsored by mac and cheese. It's so good, but like I know when I'm in a deficit, I will literally just like nibble because I just want it to last as long as possible because the portion is smaller, of course, when I'm in a deficit. So I make that baby last as long as possible. So that is number 4. Number 5, we will have all of the treats. So the Trader Joe's treats, the popcorn with the what is that popcorn people have? The zebra popcorn. Even like those Danish cookies, those are so good. Those little tins, right? What else? I don't know. Whatever treats, jelly beans, whatever treats you have, portion them out. Grab your Ziploc snack bags or just any, you don't have to do the snack size, and portion out whatever you have. So if the Danish cookie tin is 3 cookies per serving, put 3 cookies in a bag. Then you'll remember anytime I have these bags around the house, that's 3 cookies, that's 3 cookies, that's 3 cookies. With the zebra popcorn thing, this is my serving, whatever the serving says on the tin that you get. Or like the Trader Joe's, it is just 1 serving, so that's really easy to do. Ladies, I know the holiday season can be so overwhelming, from the gift giving to the baked goods to the parties to the family. It's chaos, and I'm guessing you usually put yourself on the back burner thinking in your head, I'll just start over again in January. But how many times have you done this to yourself? Maybe this year we try something different. November 24th starts the Mindset of Matter Winter Wellness Challenge. This challenge helps you manage the season by matching your movement and habits based on your stress levels, introducing small, simple habits and movement goals that will help you prioritize yourself through the holidays. This is how it works. You ask yourself, how crazy is today going to be? Super crazy, high stress, we do some gentle movement and easy habits. If it's an easy day, low stress, we go for it. Plus, we add easy habits like drinking water, getting enough sleep, stress management, and nutritional habits that build on each other week over week. These small steps aren't just for the holidays. What you're doing is creating a foundation of prioritizing yourself no matter what is going on in your life. Taking this foundation into 2025, making it your best year ever. So if you are ready to not walk into January 1st completely burnt out, comment challenge below for more information. Anytime we can portion out our food, we are less likely to overconsume it. Why? It's that lack of control of eating out of the bag without having to look at it, with the dissociating, with not connecting to it, that is a part of our binge and emotional eating. When we put some control barriers in place, it almost becomes not as sexy. And you have a little bit more accountability when you do that. Your girl, remember guys, when I used to love peanuts, then I found out I can't eat them anymore. Sad day. I'm almost at the 6-month mark, and I may, for my Christmas present, go buy those hot and spicy peanuts. But when I did it, I would portion them out, or trail mix too. Another thing I can't have, because I can't have almonds either. Stupid age. Just kidding. Portion it out. And then I'm like, oh, I ate 3 bags, right? That's 390 calories or whatever it is. So it's just creating a barrier for you. The other nice thing too is, we talked about this on the last episode, is like, I can grab one of those bags. It's easy to have a little treat on the road, or a little energy between, shopping stores and parking and all of those things. So that's also nice too, little convenience there. So that's number 5. Number 6, put your fucking food on a plate. Put it on a plate. Stop eating out of your hands. Like, I get it. It's very easy to do. But let's just put it on a plate and go sit down and go enjoy it. Because again, let's think about when we're eating out of our hand, right? We're eating out of our hand, we're probably talking to someone else, and we don't realize that shit is gone because we're not being mindful by saying, I don't know, it might be silly to put, some, what's, I forgot about this. There was these members when I used to teach group fitness who made these thyme and rosemary smoked peanuts. And they made us a whole thing. Oh, those were so good. So it would be weird. Yeah, probably if I put those in a little dish, but who cares? Put them in my little dish and I enjoy them, right? Again, we're creating that barrier of around mindlessness. That's really what this is about. If I'm mindful, like, okay, I'm going to put this on a plate and I'm going to eat this off this plate. Think about a cookie. Yeah, silly, put it on a plate. But what I didn't do is just sit there and pop it in my mouth as I'm talking. I made a conscious effort to put it on a plate and sit and eat out off that plate. And once that plate is empty, that tells me, okay, I'm done, right? And if we're doing the other things, setting the timer, making it last longer, we are also going to enjoy that cookie. So that is number 6. Number 7, we want to enter into a situation mindfully, as we've talked. Slow down, eat without distractions, right? So we've already kind of talked about this with the timer, but I want to get in the nitty-gritty. Again, food, yes, it's for energy, which we love. We get double bonus with food. We get a double bonus with food. We get this wonderful experience up front, right? With the taste and the textures and the smells and the warmth or the cold or the crunch, the salt. And then we get the experience of using that food for energy, right? And so the problem though is that too much of the indulgent thing can make you feel sick. Even too much blueberries for your girl, because I love blueberries, makes me feel a little sick, right? Overindulging in anything is going to make you feel sick. So we have to enter into the situation mindfully and have that experience up front of textures, tastes, smells. What does it feel like going down? Like if you feel the warmth in your belly, right? What does the crunch feel like on your teeth? That's something for me that's very satisfying. Like not chip crunch, like peanut crunch. Yes. Pour out some of this water for my homies, the peanuts. If you don't get that reference, I'm sorry. Anyway, so you again, just really having the awareness that in the past, I've just been so clueless to what I put in my mouth in regards to food that I'm not going to do that this year. Here's the thing about this mindfulness is I just told you how I intentionally overate last night. I was intentional with it. You may go in, I give you permission to go into Thanksgiving and intentionally want to eat a bit more. Maybe you eat to that, I'm just going to sit here phase, right? But make it your intention. Create a plan for it. Don't get caught up in hindsight where now I meant to overeat and I feel fine with it. No, you don't, because you didn't make that intention. Your intention was probably different. So have that mindfulness, focus on the food, the textures, the taste, how the sweet and the salty and all the things. Have that little party in your mouth and then feel good about using that food for energy because that is exactly what is happening. You're not good. You're not bad. You're a human that needs energy that comes from food. So that is number 7. And then last but not least, Cindy Jimenez, my mother, my maiden name is Jimenez, is a food pusher. And we need to learn how to say no to food pushers. I talked about the boundaries on the last episode of I'm good. I'm actually very full and everything tasted amazing. Thank you. Like there are cultures, mine, Italian mother being one of them, that push food. And I think of my clients who are Middle Eastern, right? I think of my clients who are Jewish. I think of my clients who are Italian, Mexican. Moms love to feed us. We have to learn to say no. You've just set this entire intention. You've done all of these skills. You've got through this meal. And then you're going to give that up for mom because you're going to hurt mom's feelings? No. We just say, Mom, I'm actually really full. That was so delicious. I enjoyed every single bite of that because hopefully you did. And you can always take some things home and portion it out, right? Take some things home, portion it out, track it if you track food, put it in your food journal, right? Eat your protein first, your colors, then your love foods. We're just doing the same shit. We're just doing it at home, right? Another thing though is bring your own Tupperware and bring small Tupperware so that if you do want leftovers, you only leave with like a small amount where if they give you, they're going to give you all that they don't want in their house. So bring your own Tupperware. That is the key. That should be number 9. Bring your own Tupperware. Like, I brought my own because I don't want, I like it organized at my house, whatever you have to say. And then you're just like, boop, boop, boop. And then they're not mad because you're you took some food and then you're not mad. They have all this food in the house that I don't want to eat, but I feel bad throwing it away, blah, blah, blah. Bring your own Tupperware. So 8.5. Perfect. Good. Again, we want to consider throughout all of this how we want to feel during the meal, how we want to feel after that treat. We want to consider what we were doing last year, right? Compared to what we're doing this year, as I already talked about in last episode. And if you have more of the treat than you intended, that's not a reason for the fuck it mentality, right? It's just, okay, I've got a blind spot there. Something I need to work on. Maybe I need to slow it down some more. Maybe I need to get a little bit more granular in the eating experience. Have that self-compassion. This is a process of learning. There is no perfection in this. That's the beautiful thing about it. It's only recreating a relationship with these foods that people are so afraid of. And we should never be afraid to eat. Eating is a part of, as we talked about, our culture, our traditions, right? It gives us two wonderful experiences. First, the experience in our mouth, then the experience of the energy we get from it. And so we've got to stop labeling it as bad or good, guilty, or proud. So those are your 8.5 tips for guilt-free feasting. If you like this information, please give us a 5-star rating and review, or share this with someone who would benefit from hearing this podcast. Our long form is so beneficial and it's free, literally free, right? If you are interested in joining our Winter Wellness Challenge that starts today, we are teaching you how to move your body, how to maintain healthy habits throughout the holidays based on the amount of energy you have to give. Each day, you'll ask, how much energy do I have for today? Or how crazy is today going to be? If you're a 25% day, we have a movement plan for that. 50%, we have a movement plan for that. 75 and 100. So the movement plans are either walking or gentle movement or an actual exercise. There's 3 full body dumbbell workouts. There's 3 full body HIIT workouts. You get to choose. You get to pick your own adventure based on your stress level. On top of that, we will be doing some nutrition habits. We will be doing habits to help with self-care, and then your day-to-day habits. So the nice thing about the nutrition habits is that we're just building a plate. By the end of it, you're going to have this plate. So by Christmas time, you'll have created these habits where you can literally make a plate at the Christmas dinner table based on what you've learned here, and then bring that into the next year. Again, it's all about finding balance. Check out the show notes below for the link. It starts today and it is $39 for the 6 weeks. I would love to see you guys there. Don't forget about our Black Friday specials. We have $500 off our one-to-one mindset method coaching. That is our most hands-on concierge service level coaching that we have. We have 2 specials on our mindset method movement, which is our group membership program. You get 1 month free with a 3-month commitment, 3 months free with a 12-month commitment. I'm also offering 50% off of the self-guided program. That's the mindset method in a course that normally runs for $48. I'm giving 50% off with the coupon code Black Friday. And then check out, we're going to have one more thing coming to you for Cyber Monday, which is $89 for 1 year of the Mindset of Movement app. That's our on-demand training app that provides you 5 gym workouts, 5 at-home dumbbell workouts, 3 time crunch workouts, 3 body weight and bands workouts, and 3 core workouts. And so every month for the next year, you will have a new training program that I design and my team designs that build on each other. So you will get a full year for $89. You will not want to miss out on that Cyber Monday only. So check out my Instagram at Mindset of Matter Coaching. You can follow Amanda and Baby at fitbyamanda.az. You'll also find recordings of this on YouTube at The Mindset of Matter. And if at the end of the day, you just want to walk away with one amazing slogan, it is this: what you say in your mind, you see in the mirror. Goodbye.